Hi everyone, I'm Anna and we're going to do a 15-minute chair yoga session today. So this is really helpful if you're sitting at a desk a lot, if you're on a computer a lot, and it's something you can just do in your office or sitting in a chair wherever you are. So really easy and quick, and to energize and let go of any tension that often gets held, especially around the shoulders, around the arms and hands if you're using a keyboard. So to start off, just sit comfortably in your chair. You can sit just sort of closer to the front of the chair, the soles of your feet into the floor, and just lengthening up through the spine, so getting that really optimum posture. So we often start to hunch down when we're watching TV or on the computer, so sit up nice and tall, and you can close your eyes for a moment and just take a breath here. So feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, just imagine all that tension releasing from around the shoulders, around the neck and face. Take one more breath. Exhale. Good. So we're going to start with a couple of shoulder rolls. So you can bring the elbows close to the body and just bend the elbows a little bit, and just slowly bring the shoulders all the way up, all the way back, all the way down, all the way forward. So just do 3 rolls that way, and then you can change direction and roll the other way. Good. Relax down. And then you can just bring the hands down to your legs and just rotate around the hips a couple of times. Just letting go through the lower back, a little bit of a stretch around those hips, another area that can get really tight if you're sitting down a lot. And coming back to your starting position, sitting up nice and tall. And we'll come into some spinal rolls. So we're going to inhale where we are, and then as you exhale, just curl forward, so you can round the shoulders and release down, and then inhale, arch the back as you come up, so stretching through the back of the spine. So chin to chest, roll forward, coming all the way down. If you can come right down between the knees, then lift the head and arch as you come up. So we're exhaling as we roll down. Inhale as you lift back up. Just a couple more times. Good, and come back to your neutral position. Relax the shoulders down, and we'll raise the arms as we inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. We'll do that 2 more times. So lengthening up through the fingers, lengthening down the sides of your body. Very centering as well, just this movement with our breath. Centering and energizing. You can just pause there with the hands at the heart. And then we'll take our hands down to our arms down our sides, feet still in that good position for your posture, so feet flat on the ground. So you can lengthen down through your fingers. We're going to come into a side stretch. So this arm is going to come down, the other arm's straight. You're just gently lengthening down, so you feel that stretch down one side. Then change. The opposite arm releases all the way down, so you feel that stretch down your side. And this time you can bring it into the neck as well. So as you come down, you can just gently take the ear to the shoulder. Change and lengthen down through the opposite side and feel that stretch down through the neck area. So one more on each side. your starting position. So we'll come into a twist. So it's really important to sit up tall when you twist, and we'll move from the lower part of the torso to start with when we twist. So we'll take one hand to the opposite knee, and your other hand can come to the back of your chair. So you kind of use that chair to lever yourself around, starting at the lower torso, and then gradually the rest of your torso twists around, never forcing anything, so just move into it as far as feels comfortable. You can gently turn the head, you can stretch the eyes to that side, and just breathe here. And as you exhale, come back to center, and we'll change sides. So hand around the opposite edge of the knee, other hand around wherever you can reach on your chair. We twist from the lower to the upper torso, just as far as feels comfortable, and just breathe there. You'll find your body will relax into it a little more with each exhalation. So we'll do each side again. This time, if you'd like to go a little deeper in your twist, you can either do the same thing again, or you can take the hands to the heart, lower down, and the knee comes to the edge, the elbow I should say, comes to the outside of your knee. Just have your forearms in line, and if that doesn't work for you, then definitely do the first option. Just breathe here for a moment. Inhale back to center, change sides. And coming back, hands at the heart, just take a breath there. And then we'll open up our arms. So bending the elbows, upper arms out from the shoulders, palms open. You can draw your arms to open and then draw the shoulder blades down into your back. So inhale back up. We're just going to move with our breath. So exhaling, shoulder blades come down and in. Release. We're really helping to open up around the shoulders, around the chest area. Just focusing on moving the shoulder blades down and back to neutral. And one more time. And this time, if you can, just try holding it there for 3 breaths. So you're engaging the belly as well. You're engaging the back muscles. Just keep the neck soft. And then to finish, just stretch out through the palms of your hands. And then as you bring your hands in, just roll the wrists a couple of times each way, each direction. And then we'll come into a stretch for our wrists and hands. So we're going to straighten the arm out and take hold of the fingers and just gently draw them towards you. So a really good one if you're on keyboards a lot. Stretching through the forearms, the wrists, the hands and fingers, just breathing there. And then change sides, so stretch out the other arm, draw those fingers back, so you feel the stretch through the wrist and through the arms, and just breathing gently. Down. So we'll do some stretches for our legs. So the first one, going to take the sole either side, the ankle to rest on the opposite knee. So you kind of want to have the lower leg in line with the front of your chair, like rather than bringing it in too far or crossing it over, and try and flex that foot to stretch into the heel, and you're still sitting up nice and tall. So that other sole of the foot is on the ground. So keep the spine lengthened as you breathe in, lift up, out through the crown of the head. Then as you breathe out, fold from the hip crease or the top of the thigh. You should feel it through that side, the knee that's bent, through that hip. You just come as far as feels comfortable. As always, just stay within your limits. Relax the shoulders, relax the head and neck, and just breathe here. And when you next breathe in, come back up. Stay on that side, straighten the leg, and bring the heel to the floor. So if you need to shuffle forward so you can reach, flex the foot. And we're just going to fold down over that leg, and you can take hold of your toes if you can reach, or somewhere on the leg to stretch into the hamstring area. Take a couple of breaths there, really flexing your foot. And then come back on your inhalation. So we'll change sides. Opposite ankle over, just sit up nice and tall once again, lengthening up through the spine. And then as you exhale, fold from the hip crease, keeping your foot flexed, so stretching into the heel. And just as far as feels comfortable to feel it through that hip area. So very similar to the yoga pose, pigeon pose, which can be done lying down or more upright position, so it's a really nice stretch. You can get into the glutes too. Come up as you breathe in. We'll straighten that leg. Bring the heel to the floor. Flex the foot. Fold from the hip. So try and keep your spine lengthened. As soon as you start to hunch, then just pause there and breathe, because you'll get more of a benefit through the stretch if you keep the spine nice and lengthened. Bring it into that hamstring area. Inhale, come up. And we're going to come around now to the back of our chair and just come into a really nice stretch for the lower back. So a forward fold using the chair as support. So you can either do this with the knees bent, just depending on your lower back, or you can straighten the legs. So we can start off with bent knees, so just come back enough so that when you fold down, just keep adjusting your feet, you can feel that really nice stretch through the spine, through the lower back area, and you can just gently draw the hips side to side. You can take your feet a little bit wider and just find a position that works for you and just breathe there. Stretching through the whole back side of the body now, the back of the spine and the back of the legs. Stay there as long as you like. Just come out in an inhale. Bring the feet in. And then we'll come back to sit down. And we're just going to come into some eye exercises now, which are really, really good. If you're on screens, a lot good for everyone, but if you happen to be on a screen a lot, then it's really important to stretch your eyes, just like it's important to stretch your body. So we're going to start just looking up and down. So not moving the head, just moving the eyes to look up to 12 o'clock. So stretch them up as high as you can, and then stretch them all the way down. Up to 12 o'clock, down to 6 o'clock. I'm just going to go up and down a few times. And then we're going to go all the way to the left, and then all the way to the right. And then go side to side, left to right, stretching and looking as far as you can to each side. It might even be tiring if you don't do these sort of exercises much, but it's really, really important, especially if you have eye problems. It can help with eye problems. Then go back up to 12 o'clock and we're going to rotate all the way around in each direction. So go clockwise first, and then anti-clockwise a few times. Good, and then you can just close your eyes, rub the hands together, place that warmth over the eyes for a moment. And then release. So palms facing up on the legs, and we'll just do a little meditation now to finish off. So another way to help you focus in whatever you're doing in your day, if you are sitting in an office and that you might get low in energy, then meditation can always help. So you can just close your eyes. And we're going to do a mantra meditation. So we're just going to do this meditation with our breath, and the mantra we're going to say is Om Hari Om. So we're going to inhale and just hear the mantra in your mind, and then as you exhale, say Om Hari Om slowly. And we're just going to do that a few times. So just rest the mind on the sound. It's a really calming and purifying sound. So we'll just do that a few times. Just join in when you feel comfortable. So inhale through the nose. Om Hari Om. Inhale. Om Hari Om. Om Hari Om. Om Hari Om. Just once more. Om Hari Om. Just taking a couple of long, deep breaths. When you're ready, just gently open the eyes again. Namaste everyone. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you soon.